And joining us now is ESPN's Adam Schefter, who broke the news yesterday. Adam, thank you so much for joining Peggy and Dionne this morning. Why did this move work out now, and why pull the trigger so far ahead of the draft for Ryan Poles?
Well, good morning, Peggy and Dionne. I would say this, that the Bears had a lot of interest. And, I mean, you could wait and you could string it along, but if you have a package that you feel entirely comfortable with, there's no reason not to do it now. And there's no right or wrong answer to it. It might seem a little early. I remember a few years back in the year that Baker Mayfield went number 1 and Saquon 2 and Sam Darnold 3. The Jets traded up to number 3 from number 6, I believe, the week after free agency. And I thought, like, wow, that was early. And then the 49ers traded up with the Dolphins, and it was the end of March. And I thought, well, that was early. Well, here we are. It's March 10th, 11th when the trade goes down. It's not that early. If you feel like you've got a package, why wait? Like, why wait till Carolina thinks twice about it and says, you know what, let's go put a package together for Lamar Jackson instead. Let's go out and make a move for Jimmy Garoppolo instead. We've got an offer that we're comfortable with. Let's just go do this now. And that's what the Bears did.
It gives both teams an opportunity to know what they're going to have available cap-wise as well, with free agency starting next week. Adam, is it true that the key was wide receiver DJ Moore, that if he was not included, it would not have been done?
Well, I don't know that. I just think it's the overall package. That was a nice addition to the trade, certainly. But you're just looking for what you believe is fair value, what makes your team better, what is the best offer out there. And the Bears were talking to multiple teams here. There were multiple teams, at least 3 that I know of, that wanted to move up to the number 1 spot. And so they had their choice, and they felt like that was the best package that was out there right now.
How much better is this team right now after making those moves, just to bring in DJ Moore, but also to set themselves up with some draft capital that they desperately need?
Well, that's the whole thing. I don't know if it's better now, but it's got the potential, if it hits on these picks, to be better. Mm-hmm. And that's the whole thing. You're trying to build up. Like, if you look at Carolina's roster, and this is kind of what I like about the trade when you break it down. You know, the Panthers' starting quarterback will be the number 1 overall pick. Their running backs right now are Chuba Hubbard and Raheem Blackshear. Their wide receivers are Terrace Marshall, Laviska Shenault, Shi Smith. Their tight ends, Ian Thomas. And so when you're talking about a rookie quarterback, like, I think Peyton Manning, his first year was like 3-11. You know, there's a chance that this pick that they got yesterday from Carolina in 2024 has a real chance to be a top 10, top 5 pick. Mm-hmm. And so if that's the case, to me, what the Bears have done is not unlike what the Eagles did last offseason, where the Eagles went out and added an extra 1 the next year. And they had a quarterback that they liked and that they believed in, but they still didn't know for sure whether he was going to be the guy. And so they put themselves in a position where if Jalen Hurts didn't take the next step, well, they're in position to go draft a quarterback if they feel like they need to. And I feel like the Bears have now done the same thing. They really like Justin Fields. They hope and believe he's going to be the guy, but they have insurance in the event that he doesn't take the step that they want him to this upcoming year, because they're going to have 2 1s next year. And if he doesn't take the step that they want, then they're not going to be very good, and their pick is going to be high, and you think Carolina's pick is going to be high. So they'll be right back where they need to be at the top of the draft next year to get a quarterback if Justin Fields doesn't work out. Now, obviously, everybody wants him to work out. Mm-hmm. That's the hope. That's the expectation. But you just never know in this league, and they have insurance in the event that he doesn't.
Prior to last season, DJ Moore had back-to-back 1,200 total yard seasons. He had great years 2, 3, and 4 in his career. Last year, probably the chaos that was going on and off the field with the team, the quarterbacks, the offense, everything. What do you think DJ Moore can be? Because he's still young and he's already 5 years into the league.
Well, I think he's 25 years old. He's under contract through the 26th season. And so, you're getting a dynamic young playmaker. So that's the whole thing. You want to surround Justin Fields with as many playmakers as you can so you get a real sense of how good he can be. And there's one right there that basically came courtesy of the Houston Texans winning their last regular season game against the Indianapolis Colts. Were it not for that victory, the Bears would be number 2 in the draft, and they would not have had the trade offers that they did yesterday. So Thank you, Houston Texans. Thank you, Jordan Akins, for converting that big play. You just brought us DJ Moore.
Exactly. And a very cap-friendly deal that he signed in Carolina. Do you know what it's going to count against the cap for Ryan Poles and the Bears?
Not off the top of my head,
Yeah.
I'd have to look at it. But it's I think he's the 12th highest paid receiver in the league.
Yeah.
Do you anticipate Poles making more moves now before the draft or as they go into free agency, as that begins this weekend? Like, how will that impact that?
Well, it's not going to impact that, I don't think.
Okay.
They're going to be busy. They got a lot of cap space. They're going to be looking to improve the roster. They're not just going to go out and just spend money just to go spend it. But they are going to be looking to be aggressive, to be active, and to upgrade that roster. So they've got a chance to do that here. And that's the next step in this process. Okay, now they've traded away their number one pick. They've got a haul of picks back. And now comes basically stage 2 of the offseason program, which is free agency, which is going to be a great chance for this team to upgrade its roster.
ESPN's Adam Schefter is joining us on the CarX Tire and Auto Hotline. Adam, at number 9, there's so many options now for Ryan Poles. He could stay there. He could even move up if he wanted. He had originally said that he had maybe targeted 7 blue players that he thought he would take in the top 7.
Well, let me say that if there are 7 blue players in the top 7, 4 of them, I think, may very well be quarterbacks.
Right.
So if there are 7 blue players, then you're going to have the chance to get, well, I don't know if he's counting quarterbacks in there, but you'd have to think some of those blue players would be there at number 9 because there's going to be a run on quarterbacks here.
So do you think, what are you hearing about Jalen Carter and how teams are feeling? He's obviously going to drop, but it's a very interesting area that he could fall to, that a team may want to take a flyer on with him and possibly the Bears.
I think there's a real chance he's going to be there for them. And they're going to have to do the work on him and spend some time. And I know that they'll be at his pro day, watching him closely, meeting with him. And once they do that, they can make the decision about what they want to do. But, yeah, he'll be a guy that's in consideration for that number 9 spot. And it wouldn't surprise me if you were there.
Adam, second year for Ryan Poles to make a move like this with confidence. I mean, watching him walk around the combine, you can just tell he's like, we are here. We know what we're doing. How is he viewed around the league?
Well, listen, he was a very respected guy coming out of Kansas City. The Giants really wanted him. The Bears really wanted him. The Bears got him. And this is his chance to go now build his reputation as a general manager. Came in with the credentials. You meet him, you're impressed. You know he's an impressive guy. And now's the time for him to go make a difference. And I think that trade yesterday will be the start of that.
Well, all the Irishmen here in Chicago getting ready for the Chicago parade downtown. Everyone's celebrating and ready to canonize Ryan Poles as the latest saint in Chicago, Saint Ryan Poles, for this move. Adam Schefter, great job as always. Thank you for taking the time on such a busy morning to join us here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. Have a great day.